beautiful, we slither our way into diamonds. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today, we're playing Gruul Historic Best of 3. This deck is a beast, one of the greatest aggro decks by one of the greatest aggro players, Delmo. Go ahead and check him out on Twitch. He's an absolute professional. He's got the Italia scene covered, and I absolutely love the Italian accent on the Magic streamers like Mangucci, Delmo. I can't get enough of it. It gets me. I don't know. Anyways, as always, we're gonna break down the deck list. We're gonna get into the deck strategies and synergies. Then we'll slide into today's gameplay footage where we'll break down all of the interactions within the meta, and then come full circle with my closing thoughts. If you find any value within this video, it would be awesome if you gave me a thumbs up and then left me a comment as well. You could also share this out to a friend who you think might also find a little bit of value from it, and then we can keep this process repeating, and I'll Agent Smith my way into the community. You know what I mean? So with all that out of the way, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST, and we have a banging Discord that you should join. 1,000 members, beginners to expert, great place to get help or just to share your experience. Link in the description below. Starting out with the deck list, though, we have 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. This is our first 1-drop. It's a 1/1. We can tap it to add a forest. 4 copies of Pelt Collector, another 1/1. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector's, put a +1/+1 counter on Pelt Collector. As long as Pelt Collector has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it has Trample. Moving on to our 2-drops, we have a single copy of Domri's Ambush, a sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. 3 copies of Zata Goblin or Zerta Goblin with Riot. It's a 2/2. Riot means that you get to choose whether it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it or haste. 2 copies of Gallia of the Endless Dance, a 2/2 with haste. Other satyrs you control have +1/+1 and haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may discard a card at random. If you do, draw 2 cards. 4 copies of Burning Tree Emissary, another 2/2. When Burning Tree Emissary enters the battlefield, add Gruul mana, 1 mountain and 1 forest. 4 copies of Robber of the Rich, a 2/2 with reach and haste. Whenever Robber of the Rich attacks, if defending player has more cards in hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card and you may spend mana as though it were any mana to cast that spell. Moving on, we have Stomp. This is our last 2-cost spell. It is an instant tagged onto Bone Crusher Giant. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. Now we get into our 3-drops. Bone Crusher Giant is a 4/3. Whenever Bone Crusher Giant becomes the target of a spell, Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. 3 copies of Gruul Spellbreaker, a 3/3 with Riot and Trample. As long as it's your turn, you and Gruul Spellbreaker have Hexproof. We remember that Riot means it enters the battlefield with our choice of a +1/+1 or haste. 2 copies of Cloith's God of Destiny, a 4/5 with Indestructible. As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, Cloith isn't a creature. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land card, add Gruul mana, either a mountain or a forest. Otherwise, you gain 2 life, and Cloith deals 2 damage to each opponent. Moving on to our 4-drops. Of course, we have 4 copies of Questing Beast, a 4/4 with Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Questing Beast can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented, and whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to a target planeswalker that opponent controls as well. Whew. Could there be any more text on this card? We also have 3 copies of Embercleave. This is a 6-drop with Flash. However, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. When Embercleave enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has double strike, and has trample. Once this is already on the field, we can organically equip it for 3. These spells are accompanied by 6 mountain, 8 forest, 4 rootbound crags, 4 stomping grounds, and a single fabled passage. We also have a sideboard to get into. We are playing traditional, which means best of 3. We have 4 red cap melees, Red Cap melee deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a non-red permanent is dealt damage this way, you sacrifice a land. 2 copies of Cindervines, an enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cindervine deals 1 damage to that player. We can pay 1 to sacrifice Cindervines. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cindervines deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Domri's Ambush, we've seen this in our main deck. Bone Crusher Giant, we also seen this in our main deck. Goblin Ruin Blaster, a 2/1 with haste. Kicker for 1, which means we'll be casting it for 4. When Goblin Ruin Blaster enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, destroy target non-basic land. So that's actually a lot of fun. 2 copies of Rampaging Ferocidon, a 3/3 with Menace. Players can't gain life, so that's awesome. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Rampaging Ferocidon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. We also have 3 copies of Shifting Ceratops. This spell can't be countered. Protection from blue. It's a 5/4, and we can pay 1 forest to give it reach, trample, or haste until end of turn. And of course, if we have 3 forests, we could pay to put all 3 of those things on, so we can do that, right? That's the deck list. Let's break down the deck strategy now. It's very basic. It is an aggro deck, which is my favorite style for beginners. We basically just put our creatures down and we attack. That's the whole game plan, and we just rely on those draws. There's a couple intricate things to do within the deck depending on who you're playing against. Obviously, if you are playing against a deck with field wipes, you really want to hold your creatures with haste in your hand for after the field wipe so you can get immediate damage in on the rebuttal. Other than that, play instances on your opponent's turn if they have a counter deck of sorts, right? Because you really want to be tapping their mana on their own turn. You don't want their mana to be open on your turn to counter your spells. So that's where things like the Bone Crusher Giant come in really handy, because then you can hold that up and cast that on the end of their turn. You can also hold it and save it for a stack when they're out of mana. Maybe there's like a Brineborn Cutthroat that they're trying to power up or something. It's a great way to just like wait and get that. We do also want to push out our Pelt Collector as a priority, just so he gets stronger as the match goes. Domri's Ambush is our only form of removal other than Bone Crusher Giant, so the main deck is very light on removal, but being that it's an aggro deck, we don't really need a lot. We just need to get a couple of those key creatures out of play so the lanes stay clear and we can attack in. Gallia of the Endless Dance is awesome. It's so underrated within this deck, I think. It's going to help you continually draw and replenish your hand. Even if you discard a good card, drawing 2 cards is probably almost always beneficial. Even if one is a land, just because you're sorting through your deck faster, getting to those cards that you do really want to finish the game, like Questing Beast, Embercleave, or the God of Destiny, right? Robber of the Rich is amazing. You get to exile cards from the top of your opponent's library and play them. You either help them or you kill them, right? If they're land screwed and you start taking lands off the top, awesome. If they're land flooded and you start taking lands off the top, no buenos, right? So that could make or break you, but I still think it's better than not. It puts a lot of chaos into the matches and a lot of disruption, right? So it's not always so straightforward, and then that gets your opponent off guard. The Burning Tree Emissary is absolutely deadly. Free mana, you can play your Pelt Collector turn 1, Burning Tree into another 2-drop, so you can kind of combo a Burning Tree into another 2-drop, which is really cool. And then the God of Destiny just does chip damage for us as well. And it can ramp if our opponent is using things like Fable Passage, because that goes to the graveyard because they sacrifice it. Then we can exile it for a little bit of ramp, which is great. So in case we miss land for our Questing Beast, we can get it that way. There's, like I said, not a terrible amount of strategy to the deck. It is just based on creatures attacking, a little bit of removal, and then that little draw engine with Gallia. And then we have our Embercleave as the kill command, right? So we want to get 3 attackers out and then equip our Embercleave for 3 on turn 4 or whatever. So that's going to be our ideal line of play. But yeah, let me know how you make out. When we do look at the sideboard really quick, Red Cap melee goes in against anything that's playing big red baddies, right? Obviously the Slays of Torbrand, which is really nice. Any red deck, you probably want to sub in Red Cap melee, just because it's such a hateful card. Cindervines is good if they have artifacts or enchantments that we need to destroy, like the Witch's Oven, for example, or Wilderness Reclamation. I would say Fires of Invention, but you banned, boy! Get out of here. More removal in case we come up against a creature deck. The Goblin Rune Blaster in case it's a 3-color deck, or like maybe some Field of Dead shenanigans that we want to deal with right away. The Verocidon, again, for Field of Dead, because they're going to be bringing in creatures, and then he deals damage to them, or any token deck, or any life gain deck, just to stop the life gain. And then, of course, Shifting Ceratops comes in against any blue deck, a Dimir, an Esper, mono blue, just because they can't interact with it. And so that is the deck list. That is the deck strategy. I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I love your company. We have daily uploads on YouTube. You can like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, and hit the bell icon to support the channel. We also have a Discord with 1,000 members in it, over 1,000, beginners to experts. It's a great place to have your problems solved, and just an amazing place to share your experience with a game that we all love. I want to take a moment to appreciate each and every one of you who continue to spend your time with me and your attention. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to support me financially, you can do so on Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube. With that all out of the way, let's get into today's gameplay footage and smash some noobs. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you guys are from. Welcome. We're playing Gruul, brought to you by Delmo, right? Check out Delmo on Twitch. And I'm not sure if he has a YouTube actually, but you can find him, just a general search on Twitter as well. He's always got the greatest Gruul decks. And the other day, actually, while we're waiting for our opponents, I posted a mono red deck, and I got flack from it. They're like, well, you could at least given Delmo credit. And it's like, I got this deck from just the metagame breakdown. It's like showing that 65% of the people are using it or whatever. It wasn't like an actual list steal, but, you know, anything aggro is probably about a 30% chance coming out of Delmo. So, big shout out to him for that mono red deck. I didn't know that was actually his, until I was so kindly corrected. Let's go Robber, just because it gets value right away, where Gallia gets value later. And then this deck also is by Delmo, just so I'm not getting flack for that again. Go check him out. He's on Twitch every single day. He's got that Italia language scene covered for you guys, similar to Mangucci, I suppose. I absolutely love watching the streamers with the Italian accents. Like, oh, it gets me. All right, so we have a Naya deck on the opposing board state into a Llanowar Elf. Let's remove the elf. Right, we're just kind of trying to eat his mana base away so we can get more damage in. Because if we can pull a land, we can beast or cleave. Right, and we're stuttering our opponent. That's not land, but whatever. Risk factor. I'm going to decline. We've got really good cards. We'll draw a land next turn, so it doesn't matter. And even if we don't, we have our Ember Cleave. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Everything's going to be okay. Worst case scenario, our opponent's control deleted us, and we just won 2 games for the price of 1. So that's always fun. Make sure to drink your big ass jug of water today, kids. Make sure to thank your water as well. Do a little gratitude practice with your water. It'll help. I don't know what that gentleman's name is. It was a Japanese scientist, did experiments with water where he projected thought forms into it, or visualizations of gratitude and discontent, I guess, or anger. And the way that the water froze was different between the different intentions that was projected into the water. So you got like a really nice symmetrical, clean crystalline formation with the like the love / gratitude projections, and then with like the discontent or anger, hatred, whatever, It throws all like not symmetrical, chaotic, and yeah. So water's pretty cool. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It holds information. I know that sounds weird, but it definitely retains information, which is really cool. So, drink your water. Your body's like what, 70 to 80% water or something. Your brain even more densely concentrated with that ratio. I'm sure your brain's like 90% water. So to have those neurons firing and having the connectivity right between them is based on having good water in your system. So drink lots of good water. And don't rope your opponents, because then, you know, the person on the other end is just going to start talking crazy about water. So I truly don't mind this. Like, the only time that this gets pretty sour for me is if he does begin to play once his rope is fully gone. But if he's control alt deleted the game, he's just left in anger, that's totally fine. It's nothing we care about. We can play our Pelt Collector and run that rope more, and then we can Ember Cleave. And hopefully he's gone and we get an auto win on our game number 2, which moves us that much closer to Diamond Ranked. We're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd love your company in times like this, right? Shout out to Yay2727, Thwano NL, Zappin2, Lust, a couple of the regulars on the show who I engage with on a day-to-day basis, so that's fun. Of course, you're watching this video on YouTube, so we have daily uploads there. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of them. And it would be great if you gave a thumbs up, a like, I guess that's the same thing, and a comment, right? And then join our Discord as well, so we get the win. Easy peasy. Playing first, as always. Wow, I mean, I love the beast, but that's not gonna get us there. Be careful when you double click your mulligan. I just did it there, but I got away with it, luckily. Ooh, throwing that land hurts. I really want to play that questing beast. All right. Let's get in there. Let's do our Goblin this turn and then the Gallia next turn. Let's go counter. Let's play it safe. Oh, we got a land. That's hot. Let's play Gallia. He's going to want to counter it if possible. He could also petty theft something else, right? The Goblin, he could petty theft. Who is Hungrybox? I say we still smash and try to clear his Merfolk. Let's go Haste here. Just trying to keep his back against the wall so he can't stabilize. An Essence Capture, but he doesn't have any creatures to put 1/1s on, so that's relative value. I don't know if it's high value, but we do get something from him. Robber's really good here. He's going to have to counter that again. Or petty theft on the Goblin. It could be a Brineborn Cutthroat into another spell. Okay, Trickster off the top. I don't mind. There's one Cutthroat. Ooh, there's a Sailor. Pushes it to 2. If he has another 1-drop, we're screwed. No, we get it. Down to 6. Let's pull a land, baby. He doesn't want to attack. He needs defenders. Oh, that's not a land. He does have something. He needs another spell to cast for 2. Fuck. Down to 4. Let me play my beast, baby. Oh, we lost our Llanowar Elf. No! Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did, baby. Jaboy. Lissy's got 2 petty thefts. That's game 1. Sideboarding against Mono Blue. He's got lots of creatures. Shifting Ceratops comes in. Beast goes out. Bone Crusher comes in. Goblin goes out. Brr, I'm just cold today, you guys. Cindervines, maybe. I think he's more creature based though. It's like a flash creatures. Let's just bank off the Ceratops. We can win with that. I like it. If we can get our God of Destiny in play, I think we'll be laughing. So we need to avoid counterspell here. And we do. I might Llanowar Elf into my Robber this turn. Just because I know he's got counterspells on tap. Right, that way we at least pull one from his hand. He's got 4 cards in hand. 2 of them are counterspells. We still get 2 damage in. More counter spells for sure. A Collector is worth countering, but this Robber is going to hurt more. Going nice and wide. Trying to cast 2 spells each turn so that we get more value from him because he'll be countering every turn. Still 2 attacks in. He's got a good field. I'm betting no counters here, right? So we're fine to unload. He has to draw it. He tosses a land. Let's try to pull the counter. Perfect. Got him. That sucks, having lost your first game as well. We're at 12, he's got no counters, we're playing our God of Destiny, which will finish off all chip damage. I mean, he's hitting us for 5. That's just 4. We'll gain life here, though, as well. Beautiful. We slither our way into Diamond. Yay, 27. What's up? 1 second. We're just in the recording here. I'll talk to you guys in a sec. Closing out this match before I engage with chat too much. Between the matches while I'm recording, normally I do engage with chat. And he gets us real close, is the thing, right? We're down to 4, and then we have the kill. That is Diamond with Gruul by Delmo, you guys. Check out the deck list in the description below if you're interested. One more match. Why not? The first guy gave up. Let's keep 7. Playing Pal Collector, Tree, Robber, Smash, God, Cleave. It's a good hand. Oh, we pull the land too. That's awesome. We do need a second source of red, though. Yeah. It's a good hit for 4. We get to exile off the top. Grazer, I actually don't mind. Playing our God of Destiny next turn. Land Werewolf, that's fine. 2 of them. This guy doesn't have haste, so let's get him out there early. If he double blocks, so be it. Down to 10. He's dead in 5 turns due to chip damage without life gain. Ooh. Wow. That's not good. We need a red land off the top. We won't be able to cast it, though. Let's get rid of Vraska. And then we'll play a huge blocker, right? Well, we would hit for 6 damage. That's game, because the Devotion brings our God of Destiny in play. Yeah, baby! Nice play, nice play. Double Devotion's cool there. How are we gonna sideboard against this? Go Gary, Recursion. Bonecrusher Giant, yes. Domri's Ambush, yes. Drop a Goblin. Drop a Spellbreaker. Or drop a Pel Collector. Ooh. We need the big guys though, almost. Let's drop the Spellbreaker. I really want to keep that Embercleave there. We could have taken our Rubble Runner, I guess, or whatever it's called, to destroy his land, maybe. We're greedy there to toss it. The land just didn't work for us. Looking for another 2-drop to play after our Emissary. That could work. Maybe he plays a creature here, right? Oh yeah, he does, baby. That's awesome. Watch this. Oh my lord, kids. This is gonna be just a sad day for him. Ouch. Dealing with his mana so he can't ramp. Let's get our Bone Crusher Giant out. He doesn't have haste, so we play him as a priority. And he actually takes damage for that. Right, so that's okay. Down to 14. We pull a land, we use our Questing Beast. We're gonna do our best here. I mean, that Wild Growth Walker sucks. Let's smash in. We do need another source of red land. A mountain, you guys. We need a mountain. We must cleave. Okay, could be worse. Let's just keep pushing the agenda as hard as we can. Gets hit for 7, down to 2. All we need is a Bone Crusher Giant off the top. God of Destiny. Ooh, nice. Very cool. Nissa is powerful, you guys. The card's no joke. Attacks with this Vigi. Plays another Walker. Into land. No exploration, so we're good there. We just need anything other than that. Oops. We were close. We were close, kids. Missing a land drop.
Behold nature's true power.
Down to 11. Let's get our Bone Crusher Giants. Let's just surprise him with the cleave, right? Because he won't be able to block correctly. We're still going to get the damage through. Is he double blocking that tree? Oh, I forgot to press cleave. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I was just trying to confirm block. Oh! God damn it, we suck. That was embarrassing. I don't even... That was just a misclick. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm sorry. Oh no. That's included in today's video. Don't click the wrong button. Go slow. Do what you want. At least we get to play first. We just handed him that match on a silver platter, in all honesty. Wow. This is not good. Let's throw a robber. Pay for a Llanowar elf, which might save us. Worst case, we remove. Best case, we robber. Missing our land drop. Pretend that this is still a match somehow. Makes me so sad. We do have our ambush and giant, so it's okay. I don't mind the walkers as long as he doesn't get the tree out. Right? We get a land. That's good. Let's get it in play. And then let's do a dance off. No attacks. He gets one more turn before we start smashing. Okay. More exploration. No trees yet, though. Just land. That's good. Well, I mean, not really. Oh, a Goblin Chain Whirler would be deadly here. He has plenty of land. Let's just play the big body. Stay nice and conservative. Removing 2 of his creatures. That's fine with me. Right, we have our ambush to hit the walker with if it hits the field. Okay. That's a dead card right now. We have to just wing it, I think. We'll pull another. We will lose our robber here, I think. We got a land out of the way for him, so that's really good, but we do get a little bit of juice for ourselves. And we also hit for 7. Robber's dead, but we still have our Gallia. Our opponent is flooded on land. Another Sage is fine. Just kill a Sage, so none of our attackers die. I'd rather the draw. Another 7 in the hen house, down to 14. And we are plenty wide. Let's try not to throw this match away like we did last time. Okay, Chupacabra on our Gallia. That's fine. I believe we still have lethal here. Oh yeah, there it is. It's funny how it ends the same way. Right? Take your hand off the trigger. Now slowly put it on the Ember Cleave. Attach it to your Bone Crusher Giant. Oh yeah. Well, we all make mistakes, right? So it's good to include these types of things because even myself, someone who plays up to 8 hours every day, is making horrid mistakes every single day. But the important thing is that we learn from them, right? So if you're not making mistakes or you're not failing or losing, you're probably not learning, and then what fun would this even be, right? So let's get on to the next match. Alrighty, land looks good. Creature base looks good. We are missing a 1-drop. Opponent goes first. I'm assuming we're going to pull Pelt Collector off the top. Oh no, it wouldn't be good even though. That's so sad. Let's start a shock, I guess. Right, kind of fake him out. A little juke. The coolest juke I've seen was someone running Euron in their deck in the recent tournament, but they played a mono red deck, so the people were confused when they seen Euron. It's just such a good play. Let's just go Haste because stupid priest. You know what I mean? The priest makes me so sad. One of the hardest creatures for me to get around as an aggro deck unless I have immediate removal for it. Ugh. He attacks us with both creatures and then sacks them. He's giving us a preemptive good game, but I hate the priest so much that I'm willing to go the distance. Yeah, you get it, bud. If he plays creatures here, I'm gonna lose my mind. Gross. And this is a perfect example of why Lurrus has been banned. Because he's just totally boxed me out. There's nothing I could ever do except wipe the field, and I don't have that in this deck. So let's take our Lurrus Smashers. Obviously, those go in right away. Also, opponent can't gain life. Screw you. Spellbreaker can go. Goblin can go. Beast can go. Cleave can go. It's an unpleasant way to play the game. Right? Like, I go first. It's not even like a mono red deck where it's like, okay, you've got to hit all of your drops. It's just like, okay, I got 2 1-drops and my priest. Good game, right? Like, and you don't even need 2 1-drops and your priest. Acclaim the Firstborn will do it too, right? You can take one of their 1 or 2 drops, or 3 drops, I guess. But normally you've won the game by turn 3 with Lurrus, so why would you even bother taking a 3-drop? All right, we have removal for the priest. Oops, played the land wrong. Should have played shock land. Whatever. If we lose this match because of 2 life, I'm gonna be so sad. Alright, he lost his Call of the Death Dweller. Which is fine with me. Robber can strike. We eat a land. Hopefully he's wrecked on land. That was a dual color land as well. We go to Blood Crypt. There's the summit. Here comes the priest. Really? Okay, kills our robber. That's fine. So he really did not like the fact that we ate his land there. And we still get to hit for 5. Embercleave is alive next turn on our breaker. So hopefully he spends his mana. Croxa is a self-sack. So that's good. That's no mana. And us eating that land might have said, oh no, he's got one there. Oh. Bummer. We should have kept our giant. Down to 10. 6 in grave. You could play a land. No, doesn't have enough for Croxa. Does play Lurrus. And he's going to deadweight our Pelt Collector. Son of a bee. Yeah, Lurrus is, oh, I don't know, broken. Let's hit him with a smashy. We should have waited till he blocked with his Lurrus to try to get the kill, but I don't think he would have done that anyways. And, well, we just need our Gruul Spellbreaker to survive. We're talking no red cap melees, no claim the firstborns plus ovens, no double deadweights. Right? We could just top deck a Bone Crusher Giant. That's totally within the realm of possibilities. So let's hold the phone. Plays Croxa. We have no life, or no cards to discard, so we lose life. And he wants the life gain, is willing to tap himself. Up to 5. We hit for 4. God damn it. This is what I mean. He just play these Croxuses again and again and again. So next turn we're losing 3 life because we're discarding on a land. What a sad world we live in. If I had anything, we could have gotten him. What's really sad is he could... Okay, he played Witch's Oven from his graveyard, so he has to play Croxa organically. And there's game, right? Just the most oppressive deck I've ever seen. Lurrus is like not even good game. Like, try not playing banned cards, bro. Like, all the announcements are out. There's no need for it. You're just being a scrub. Can you taste the salt? Gruul Historic by Delmo. Perfecto, see? Check out Delmo on Twitch, you guys. He's a great aggro player, someone who I definitely support. He's a really funny guy. Tell him Hello Good Game sent you, and he'll definitely know. Thanks for watching. I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd appreciate your company. We have daily uploads on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads, and most importantly, share it to a friend who you think might enjoy it. We also have our Discord. Tons of people, beginners to experts. It's a great place to get help or just share your experience with a game that we all love. Thanks for watching, you guys. I want to take a second moment to appreciate each and every one of you who continue to spend your time and attention with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to go above and beyond, you can support the channel financially on YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon. Take care, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.